Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I think that's better.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. How you doing? Because I'm not very good. I don't remember what I said.
Yeah, so,
I'm even worse now. At least it was only like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So we recorded. We started recording this episode. I'm just going to let you guys know what it's because of me, because I'm flustered and I just am an idiot and I'm not paying attention. Apparently I thought I was paying attention. I even tested it. I said, talking to your mic.
Yeah.
Thought it was right. I had the mics on, like, not on set to pull the mic in, and it was coming from the computer, and it was like, oh my God, the whole thing. Anyways, today has been a hot mess and yesterday, and my life is crazy.
Yeah.
And Sarah's
you were
here to
texting
just
me
for the ride.
yesterday. And she was like, why does everybody text me about their problems? She got 87 things going on yesterday, 87 different things going on today.
Well, and then I got 87 things going on, and then my mom calls me and is like, oh, and I'm like, I literally said, what do you need? I've got 100, like, I'm already stressed out. What is this? And she's
and my
like,
immediate response was, oh, Saucy's sad now.
No, she laughed and was like, haha. She was like, haha. I'll take your mind off of it. And she added to it. She added some stress to it. It wasn't stress for me. It was just like, seriously, why does this stuff happen? Why do things happen?
I don't know. You give good advice. That's what I told you yesterday.
OMG. So anyway, the whole hot mess.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how we segued into, the diet thing. Was it Dr. Now?
Yes.
Dr. Now. Man, I really wish that we had that whole recording.
I do too.
It was so good.
It was good.
Boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you've already said his name now.
Okay, so we were talking about Dr. Now from 600 Pound Life. Or
that or 1,000 Pound Sisters.
One
I
of
can't
those
remember.
weight loss
Yeah.
shows. And so our friend Jessica, she has been on here before, Jay Nail. She was at work the other day and like sent a Snapchat of a magnet with Dr. Now on it on the refrigerator that said, "You're not going to starve." You're not going to starve, or something like that. Is hilarious. I think it's so funny because they talk about it on Howard Stern all the time. And one of the guys on there has like the best impression. I can't do it. I tried earlier and it sounded real bad. It's like, can you do it? Try.
No, I haven't seen that guy on the TV in a minute.
I haven't seen him on the TV ever. I only listened to the impression guy on Howard Stern.
No.
And then like the other day I looked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, he sounds exactly like him. It's great.
He's got a little accent and
he's like,
you're not going to starve.
You're not going to starve. I can't do it. It's so bad. Oh my God. And he's like, yeah. He's like, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I can't do it. It's so bad, man.
No, we are both starving because we're on diets right now.
Yeah, stupid diets. Why? I don't understand.
I do want to say one thing is that I'm not trying to be not thick. I want to say that first and foremost.
Same.
Like I still want to be a thick.
I'm just a little too thick.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like borderline puffy at this point.
Yeah. When your mom tells you that your faces look swollen, there's an issue.
Oh my God. I've been kind of waiting for my dad to be like, the relationship weight.
Have you gained weight?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't noticed.
I've probably gained 10 pounds. It's probably because we see each other all the time. I don't get on the scale. So that the scale, well, I
like
weighed myself
backwards
the other day and I was real upset and I was like, something's got to give.
So when I go to the doctor, I get on backwards like a bulimic person or an anorexic person. Like seriously, like somebody told me about that a long time ago and I was like, that's the best thing that you've ever told me. And the like when I went to the nutritionist, they were like, I told her, I was like, yeah, I wanted to get on, like I had to get on the scale. And she was like, oh, if you don't want to be weighed, you don't have to be. Like she was like super nice about it. And I was like, because I feel like when I look at it, it stresses me out and then I want to eat more. It's like depression eating.
It's emotional eating. Yes. And it's something that I think both you and I do. And sometimes when we're together, we fuel it.
Well, like today, I've been so freaking stressed out. I'm like starving. I'm on this stupid diet. So I told Sarah that I ate an entire can of diced tomatoes because I can't eat anything else.
So gross to me. See,
it's only like 100 calories.
Well, and I can have tomatoes on Weight Watchers for 0 points, but I will eat a raw tomatoes and just put salt and pepper on them.
Yeah, so I don't have any raw tomatoes, and usually when I buy raw tomatoes, they go bad because I'm not a huge fan of that unless it's on a BLT. Can't have that though.
Nope.
Or like
I eat
a
tomatoes every
cheeseburger.
day.
Oh, I did so today. Oh man, so I'm doing Nutrisystem because I have an issue. I've tried Weight Watch. I've tried every diet in the book. I've done low carb. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done not eating. I've done starvation, and that actually worked.
Long term, we're not promoting anorexia.
We're not promoting it, but no. And I was like
capacity.
miserable, but I would like run 5 miles a day and I wouldn't eat anything. This was when I was younger. Like I think I was like borderline, and I would like binge drink on the week. This was when I was in college, obviously.
Yeah.
Like everybody does this, and you should not. It was like really bad for me, and that's probably why that's why my weight is where it is now, because I had that issue before, and I just like. It's like really bad for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've tried everything, and my issue is I don't have time. Or okay, I could probably make time, but I will not make time to count the calories and go to the grocery store like you and Brandon did today and scan all the backs of the things to make sure you have all the points and then figure out the points. Oh my God, Nutrisystem is so much easier.
I did that once and I didn't. The food was disgusting. I know you said it's good this go
Well,
around.
okay, so there are some things that I have had that have not been as good, but the first day, oh my God, it was so good. Ooh, excuse me, I just like burped because I ate. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Oh, I can't edit it out now, but like that's really embarrassing. Oh, sorry,
It's
guys.
all right.
Okay, but it was like a little baby one.
At least it wasn't poop.
I know it wasn't a poot.
No, I know.
It was like it was a burp.
No, I know.
But it's basically the same thing. Okay, so but just out of the wrong end.
Oh my God.
So I had like this. It was like pollock or something, like some type of fish that was really really good, and I got really full that first time. And I'm like, oh my God, this is delicious. There have been some things that have been like really small servings, and I'm like, I have been putting off eating those things. I look at it like a chicken sandwich or something, and it's like smaller than my fist. I'm like, and I've got big hands, but like seriously, it's smaller than like a small person's fist. And I'm like, what? And you don't get to put any condiments or anything on it. Okay, so today, nothing. I mean, I guess you can have, so there are certain things that you can do, like you can have 3 a day of these like extras, and I think ketchup is one of those or something, and like, but you only get like a teaspoon or I don't know, and I don't eat ketchup, and there's like certain things like that you can have, but my thing, I'm not doing that. I know that they want you to, but I can't, if I, like, it's like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of, like, peanut butter that you can have. If I eat 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of peanut butter, I'm going to eat the whole jar, especially when I'm on a diet. Like, no, I'm sorry.
See,
that's not enough.
Weight Watchers definitely holds me accountable, and I think it's just because, like, I'm seeing the actual points, numbers, measurement. Like, I have a food scale and everything, so.
See, that's too much effort for me.
But I don't know. I did it before, and I was very successful with it when I was in Cleveland, and then the pandemic hit, and I kind of just said screw it after that and ate whatever I wanted for a really long time. But I do like the counting of it, the seeing how many points I have left, knowing, especially I get deeper into it, like the ways that I can save points to have a cocktail or eat a dessert or, whatever.
Yeah, I get that. And that's training you, and I've done that a million times. It's never really been successful for me, unfortunately. I even went to like the meetings and stuff, and it didn't work out. I lost like 4 pounds total.
Oh, wow.
And I did it for like a really long time.
I lost like 25 pounds when I did it the last time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I wish, and
I had been, when I did it, when I left Cleveland, I was my lowest weight that I had been in a long time.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need the prepackaged. Okay, so another thing, I don't have the food scale and I don't have all that stuff. So I would be like, okay, 1 chicken breast. No, I would do the whole thing where you get the free foods,
mm-hmm.
and I just like eat all the free foods all day long, and that's not how it's supposed to be. If you do that all day long, you're just going to eat more than what you're supposed to eat. And
well, I think the whole point of it is to not deprive yourself.
Well, it's not.
So, like, make that choice and eat that slice of pizza, but then eat a handful of carrots with it.
Right. Well, so that this is how the Nutrisystem is, but it's prepackaged and I don't
Right.
have to think about it.
Right.
I mean, I still have to think about it. I still have to be like, okay, I need, because they want you to eat small portions throughout the day, I guess. And so you have to eat like, you have to have like a shake, a protein shake, or like in certain, or like a bar at certain, during the day. And you're not supposed to be hungry, and you can eat like all the vegetables, not starchy vegetables
Yeah.
that you want and things like that. And I like it. I just don't like the counting of the things.
Well, and that doesn't bother me. Like, I will count out my 55 goldfish and count 4 points for it or
my
whatever.
God. No, I want
do not
mine
care
pre-counted.
No, I don't. And I just don't care because, like, then I can still eat, like, French fries and brown gravy. I just have to measure it. And I'm cool with that. Like, I'll eat 22 French fries for 5 points, whatever, it might be. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But, hell yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'd rather just have it. So I'm just, I need like basically a personal assistant. So when Rosie, my dog, was overweight, and she still is a little, but she's very skinny now compared to what she was. She lost like a fourth of her body weight, or a third, I think. And I had to put her on diet dog food and only give her a certain amount. And she was starving all day, but she couldn't go get her own dog food and eat it. I need somebody to do that to me, put me in a room and be like, go on this walk twice a day and only eat this.
I know. I don't think I have near enough steps today. It's what I need, but that's okay.
Well, I don't have any steps for today because I literally have sat and worked all day, and then I walked down the stairs, and that's about it. So, yay for my healthiness.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. So, Dr. Now, you're hilarious. And honestly, I need Dr. Now to be like, you don't go starve. You look fat.
No.
You're so fat. And you only need to eat this. And I need him to come home with me and just be like,
God.
Why you try to eat that?
Stop it.
You're not going to starve. Also, he's not even that skinny. Like, he just looks like you know what I mean? Like, he's not like, he's just a regular, like, dad bod.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, let's jump into our, we can do a FMK if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So this is a little bit random, but I don't care because I want to know what you think. I think I already know your answer, but I'm going to ask anyways. Road trip, flying, or cruise?
Okay, but where are we going? Is it all to the same place?
I think it's just travel modes of transportation and your preference.
Okay, but a cruise is different than flying and a road trip. Cruise is like an excursion.
Okay, you're going to Cancun, Mexico.
Okay, cool. I would prefer to, if I'm going to Cancun, Mexico, I would prefer to go to fly there. Obviously, can't drive. I guess you could drive there. To fly there, can you drive there?
Yeah, you gotta go through Texas.
Yeah, but is Cancun like is it an island? Is this sounding really dumb?
I don't think it's an island, no.
Okay.
Because when you fly into the airport, you don't have to go over a bridge or take a boat or anything to get to Cancun. It's like 20 minutes from Cancun airport.
Right, but when you go to Hawaii, you don't have to go over a bridge or take a boat to get there. You just fly into Hawaii.
Fair. But I'm pretty sure it's not an island.
Okay, gotcha. So I would fly there, and I would have an all-inclusive resort. You're not going to starve, especially not at an all-inclusive resort.
No, definitely not.
Because that is the way to go, 100%. Cruise, no, thank you. So okay. So marry, flying, fuck. Oh. I don't know. It depends. Okay, so if I'm going to go on a road trip to Cancun, no, that actually it could be fun though. I really like road trips. I think they're fun, especially if you're going to like out west.
That's why I didn't want to pick a destination because I know you like a road trip.
Yeah, but a cruise is different because like I think I'm going to kill the cruise because I don't know. I want to kill. It depends. What kind of car am I in? Who's driving? I don't want to drive. If I'm being chauffeured, that's what's up.
You get chauffeured everywhere we go.
That's the truth. I know. This is why I'm supposed to be like, y'all need to hurry up and make me famous, okay? So I can have a driver. Yeah, like driving Miss Daisy. Yeah, so but I do like a road. I think I'm gonna kill the road trip. That actually, you know what? I'm killing the cruise.
Oh my
Killing
God.
the cruise.
Make up your mind, woman.
Cruises are too expensive. They have they make it seem like it's super cheap, and then you get on there and you can't have anything, and their drinks taste like Skeetle juice. And it's like,
Don't y'all have a friend named that?
do we have a friend named Skeetle
From
Juice?
college.
I don't know if we named anybody Skeetle Juice. We talked about maybe Jessica calls him Skeetle Juice. One of the people.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly. That's why I said that. It's because it's Skeetle Juice, but I don't think it's somebody's name. I don't know. We'll have to ask Jessica if we named somebody that. I think that we just.
I can tell you who it is.
Is it the blonde dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really tall guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like dopey.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, if you want to know, I did not know him in college. I met him because we worked together
Where?
at Success EHS.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know he ever had a job. Thought he was like professional college student. Oh, well, he was funny. We were really good friends with him. Anyways, so yeah, it's just no, I'm not doing the cruise. I would love to go on a cruise. It sounds great, but I'd like if I was don't count me out of a trip because I said I would kill the cruise. But this is a choice. I have to make a choice. So killing the cruise, marrying the flying to Cancun or to anywhere, and then what was the other one? Kill. I already killed. Marry.
No.
Fuck.
Yes.
The drive.
Oh my God.
Not bad. What about you?
That was a damn chore.
It was. Well, it's a hard one.
I am killing the road trip. I think it's because I have been either the designated or volunteered driver for a lot.
Volunteered.
Yeah.
I think you're volunteered.
Volunteered,
You like to be in control.
I do. But I hate it once I'm doing it.
I know. I used to love driving, and I like to have my car there. But
Yeah,
no,
same.
I need to have a boyfriend that drives my car.
Well, I let Brandon do that sometimes for sure. But I think I'm going to kill it though, because like I don't know. I mean, I drove to Cleveland and back by myself before, went to New York from Cleveland, when I was living up there
But
to go
it's
visit my
so
mom.
much better when you don't have to drive.
Oh,
You can
for
lay in the
sure.
back seat and go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I was by myself or with a dog, you know? So I think I'm going to kill that because it's just not my vibe. I would rather get on an airplane. So I'm going to marry an airplane, and I guess I'm fucking a cruise. I've never been on one, so might as well do it once, bucket list.
I would love to get an RV or several RVs, like those rent-a-RV things that you can get at like the Grand Canyon, and get all our friends and like have like 3 people in each RV, 4 people.
We would kill each other.
No, we wouldn't, because then we could switch RVs if we needed to. It would be amazing. It would be so fun. Like Rose has talked about doing this, and like we could go cross country and we'd have a bathroom. Everybody could sleep. I'm not driving the RV. Look, we've got like DJ.
Who do you think is going to drive an RV?
DJ and Brandon. Oh, you should see her face. Maybe not Brandon. What about
I don't know.
DJ and Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron would be like, "No, I'm not driving.
Yeah, he probably
Make
don't
somebody
wanna
else drive." I think DJ would do it for us, though. He probably wouldn't want to, but he would do it because he's nice.
I don't know. Being in an RV, like, and I used to do that with my grandparents. Like, we went every summer on a trip. Went to Dollywood a lot, but we went to several different RV parks. We went to RV parks in Perdido before, and like we had a great time. But I think on a road trip like that, depends on how many people are in the RV. Because if it's too many, then people are sleeping in weird, uncomfortable places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
And
don't have that
I just
many.
feel like the smell
Like 3
at
people.
some point of all the different people combined, like it's just going to stink in there. I don't
Why
know
would
why.
it stink? Why are
I
we
don't
like
know.
having bodily functions? Or
I don't
something?
know.
We're gonna
Well,
stop
yeah,
at
if
gas
anybody-
station
Yeah,
to
but
poop.
if anybody shits in the thing,
Oh,
it's
listen,
gonna stink
let
the
me
whole
tell you this
thing
story.
up.
My friend Caitlin, she doesn't live in Birmingham anymore, but her dad, they had an RV, and her dad was at the gas station one time, and he accidentally like he was trying to dump the stuff, and he pulled it out of the thing somehow, and it like sprayed
so
all
disgusting.
over somebody else's RV.
Gross.
Oh god, it was hilarious when they told me that. I was like, no way.
Disgusting.
Yeah. No, but like you don't really need it for the bathroom. You can stop at a gas station or like whatever.
I don't know.
But the shower is nice.
For sure.
But you're not going to use the shower while you're driving.
It needs to be a nice RV. Like not some piece of shit.
No.
Like I want to be able to turn around
Who
in the
do you
shower.
think I am? I will have a driver.
Oh, we're hiring a driver.
This is going to be like the Ritz-Carlton of RVs, which really it'll probably be like the cheapest one, and I'll be like, I don't care.
Exactly.
Okay, it would be fun. You can be in a different one
than you.
Yeah,
I'm not looking to be in a different one from you.
Well, you
I'm
said it
just
was
apprehensive. I didn't say you were going to.
You and Brandon can get your own RV.
Hell no, we'll kill each other.
Why? You're about to get married to each other. How you going to be in an RV together?
Be in an RV with one of us driving.
Why would you kill each other?
I don't know. I just feel like it would make me very, very anxious.
Well, that makes me sad. Poor Brandon. Poor Brandon.
No, I don't trust myself driving an RV.
Well, you wouldn't drive it. Brandon would drive it.
That makes me a little nervous as well.
Well, then you have to drive it, or you have to get over yourself. Take a Xanax.
Yeah, that's what I need. Let me drive on a Xanax.
No.
Good.
Lord have mercy. Okay, yeah. So did we finish did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have, by the way, I apologize for in the past, we've done some FMKs and I did not finish, or like Sarah did hers and then I didn't do mine, or I did mine and Sarah didn't do hers. And then I listened back and I was like, okay.
It's because we are the tangent queens.
We talk a lot. It's me usually. Sarah will be like, fuck this, marry this, kill this. And I'm like, wait, why? Tell me why. I need to know the reasons. Okay, so today, I honestly don't know what we're talking about.
Oh my
but I think we're
gosh.
talking about some 90s magazine stuff.
We are. And this idea came to us from Melanie. She sent me a link to some old magazine covers and, a few inside pages. It won't show the whole magazine, but it was just an archive. And I'll see if I can tell you what the website is. It's called archive.org. And it's just a handful of magazines from 1999 mostly is what I pulled this from. So I just pulled some different topics for us to talk about that are, things that were listed on these magazine covers or in, the inside pages that they were willing to show.
So like crazy things from the 90s magazines, or just 90s magazines?
Well, it's different topics and things like that, but these are the things that these are teen magazines, by the way. So I pulled from, Teen Magazine, or hang on, let me see. Yeah, Teen Magazine and 17 Magazine. And they're all from the late 90s. So I just thought it would be fun to talk about, I guess, how not PC the topics were.
Okay, so how not PC?
Okay, so I put some comments down here, but I want to get your take on things as well. So the first one I saw was, how far would you go to be popular? So, there's like a whole article about it inside, and I couldn't get to the articles, but I just pulled these things because I feel like now it's like almost cooler to be who you are as an individual than to conform.
So,
and maybe I feel
how
that way
far
'cause
would
I'm
you go to be
35.
popular?
Yeah.
I don't have to go far. I just am. Oh my gosh. I just sounded just like my mom. She's like, I was cool before cool was cool. I'm just kidding. How far would I get? Look, I don't try to be popular. If I'm going to be, I'm going to be. If I'm not, then I really could care less. I just like to be who I am.
Well, and
but even that back
it's
then,
probably easier for us to have opinions on this because we're not like in high school. And I think that, obviously this was teen magazine, so that's what it's geared towards. But I think it's less cool now to be like, I don't know, the cheerleader or the jock than.
Well, I when I was in high school, I still feel like I was the same. I never really I wasn't, I mean, I guess I wasn't not popular, but I wasn't like the most popular kid in school. I was a cheerleader.
Yeah, same.
But I wasn't like, oh my
not a
gosh, I have to be a
cheerleader,
cheerleader. You know, actually I did feel that way because I really liked it. I enjoyed it, but
Right.
I wasn't like, I mean, I don't think I was.
I was
Maybe my friends in high school thought I was.
Groups.
Same.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that I don't feel like I needed that for some reason. And I wouldn't have gone far to be popular.
No, God, no.
It just
Do you
was
remember
what
the
I
show
was.
Popular?
No. What was it about?
I think it was on the CW. It was about high school students that talked about how far they would go to be popular.
Oh, yikes. I feel like nowadays
it's not a docuseries. It was like a scripted show.
So you say that you think nowadays it's more accepted to not be the cheerleader or whatever, but like it is, people are going so far to be the person popular, like Instagram.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
They have all this social media nowadays. It's like kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It's like worse than it was.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it is way harder to be popular these days and keep up.
But like when you say to be popular, like I feel like popular has a different meaning. Like when you're in high school, you're like, oh, that's the popular kids. Okay, but popular was like, doesn't mean that they're actually popular in like the definition of like the real definition. Like if popular, doesn't it mean like, oh,
well, like
everyone, yeah, like everyone knows who you are.
Right.
But just because, yeah, it doesn't mean that you're like, I don't know, like,
I don't know. I think I think it was easier for us in a way, and I think it's also easier for us to have an opinion about something like this when we're not in the thick of it.
Yeah, so it's popular, the definition that comes up, Oxford Languages on Google, is liked, admired, or enjoyed by many people or by a particular person or group, which
could mean many different things.
Yeah, and so like popular, like in high school, I feel like people hated everybody, like all the other, you know what I mean? It's not like just because you're like
I think it was much more cliquey, and
yes,
it was less acceptable to participate in different things like play sports and be in theater or something like that.
I was a cheerleader and I did the theater and I was in choir. I was in a lot of weird things, not weird. I was in a lot of things that weren't the same, like different.
Well, and I think also, the portrayal back then was a very segregated perspective of you either are a cheerleader or you are a jock or you are a nerd or, you're an emo kid, whatever. And that's what was, portrayed in all of our rom-com, high school movies.
Well, yeah, in the movies for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next. And these quizzes, and I only wrote down like one or two things, I think, but it had me laugh. Will he break your heart?
Wait, what does that mean?
It was a quiz inside
it was
the magazine.
Quiz in the magazine.
And how misleading is that, first of all? For anyone who thinks that a quiz can solve a problem in their relationship or give you a firm answer on like a possible crush, will he break your heart or sway you into making a decision?
So I just Googled quiz, will he break your heart? And like 100 things came up. Like the first thing is nerdtests.com. Will he break your heart? Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, you can.
I don't have anybody that would break it. So we want to take it for you. When planning dates, he's ... up to do whatever I want to do. Well, of course, for you, because if you didn't, he would be like, wow, plans it by himself, puts a lot of effort into them, or he doesn't really care about what we do on our dates as long as he's there. Oh, as long as there's a makeout session involved.
Oh my God. A then.
Yes, A for sure. I can just answer for Brandon. Number 2, he wants to hang with you tonight, but you already have plans with your girlfriend. How does he react? I don't know this one. He's upset but understands that I already have plans. He doesn't care really. In fact, it doesn't bother him at all, or he's furious with me.
I mean, I feel like we have to go with the first one, but like we basically live together, so like he knows we're not in like the dating, we don't see each other every day.
But he's like, oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like when I told him, I was like, I don't know if we're recording tonight or not, I'll let you know or whatever. Like I'm sure that he got excited at the prospect that, I was going to be free tonight instead of
Brandon. Find something else to do, dude. Hang
is.
out with Jolene.
He and Jolene are watching a movie right now, and he said, I'm going to watch this because you don't want to. Because we had
What movie is it?
Extraction 3, I think.
I have no idea.
Me either. Don't care.
All right, flash forward 10 years from now. What do you see your life like? We're married, maybe with a few kids. He has a lot of commitment issues, so, ... 10 years, question mark. I can barely look past 10 days. I mean, I feel that way, but that's just because... That's
well,
how I
mean,
feel.
it has to be
but there's more. There's more.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Shit.
We're both not ready to think about stuff like that, or we won't be together that long.
Oh, well, it's still A, just without the kids.
Without the kids?
Yeah.
Which word best describes him? Caring, brave, daring, shy, or attractive?
A.
Caring. Which movie? Which movie best describes your
which movie?
And I did this accidentally.
Oh.
I think that I might be dyslexic. Dyslexic. Which movie is what it was supposed to say? Which movie best describes your relationship? But I said which movie best prescribes. I have no idea. Prescribes your relationship. I have no idea. Okay, so The Notebook. It's like we're made for each other. Twilight. I know I shouldn't love him, but I do. Cinderella, he makes me feel like I am worth something. Or Tangled, we didn't see each other coming.
I'm going with C or D.
I think it should be B.
Why?
Because I like Twilight. I don't know.
I like Twilight
I've never
too,
seen.
but not the meaning behind.
I've never seen
answer.
Tangled, and he make. Oh, I didn't read the second part. I know I shouldn't love him, but I do. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
You saw Twilight and kept it moving, even though the rest of the words came out of your mouth.
Notebook is sad. Cinderella is like, I don't know. And then Tangled, I don't think I've ever seen Tangled. Okay. How long have you been dating? 1 year or more? Less than a few weeks? A few months, I think. 1 to 10 months. 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Another guy is hitting on you. Your guy gets defensive. Hits him, literally.
Oh.
Doesn't do much. He's not like that. He probably wouldn't have seen it. We're not together that often. That's not it. Which one? This is a good one to know. He gets defensive. I think he gets defensive.
Oh, that was an option?
Yeah, the first one. Sorry, gets defensive.
Yeah.
Or hits him literally is the next one.
No.
Sorry, I'm trying to do it fast, so it's like real quick. Okay. Describe your relation. I've got to slow down. Describe your relationship in one word.
Okay.
Passionate, slow, perfect. One word, question mark. That's hard.
One word, question mark. Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you spoke to him? 2 seconds ago via text. I'm already answering it. Like,
I haven't though.
Okay, but that's literally like how it should.
Close
okay, so
enough.
it's either yesterday, 2 seconds ago via text, last week at school/work, or a phone call a few nights ago.
Okay, yeah.
So, 2 seconds ago. While taking this quiz, what's going through your mind? I have a pretty darn good relationship, actually. I really wonder what my results are. I'm starting to question this relationship. I don't know anymore.
A.
Oh, I was thinking B. I really wonder what my results are, but that was me.
I mean,
Okay,
I wonder that
A.
too, but like.
All right. Results are in. Hold on. Where's it going? Test scores. He seems to be okay, but be on the lookout. What? How is that even possible? Okay, okay, here's a percentage. Score percentage, he will break your heart. 21%. Like, what did we answer that he would break
man.
That's hilarious. Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah, I liked that. Okay, we should rate this test. Stinks, number 1.
Yeah. But anyways, you see my point though.
Yes.
The results of that test are stupid.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So speaking of ridiculous, do you remember Maybelline Express Finish nail polish? It says it's supposed to dry in 1 minute.
They still have that.
Well,
and I bought it the other day.
And it's bullshit.
And remember when I came to Beer Olympics and I tried to...
Oh, yeah.
and it was like goopy stuff everywhere. It was terrible. It was so bad. Ugh. Don't buy it. Look, you cannot buy anything other than OPI or like Essie or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe like one other brand.
China Glaze.
What? No, I don't like that. That's the worst. I hate that stuff. You like it? Ew. Is that what that is?
No, this is OPI. I got my toes done yesterday.
Okay.
Why are you judging them? They were professionally done.
I'm not judging them. I said, is that what that is? That's all I said. No judgment. Oh my gosh. Okay.
OPI gel.
Opie. Opie-Wan Kenobi. Okay. No, that stuff sucks. Don't buy it.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Maybelline. It's not express finish.
No, it's not. Definitely not. Okay. There was one article that said cool clothes you can afford $66 or less. I'm sorry. In 1999, a top that cost $66 was a lot for a teenager.
First of all, cool clothes you can afford $66 or less today is a lot for a top.
Yeah.
You can the stuff that I got to buy was like TJ Maxx, and it was like on the clearance rack when I was not in college, in college too, in high school. My mom was like, nope, not spending that money on that.
Oh, 100%. Well, listen, I think my parents we'd go school shopping every year, but I had a set number of dollars. So if I wanted some, $45 Abercrombie or American Eagle top or whatever.
Else?
Yeah.
Right. But the problem with that is that I would have picked that $45 top, and then I would have been like, I don't have any other clothes to wear. And my mom would have been like, what the heck? And then I'd have to go buy more.
When I was in high school and I was like making my own money or whatever, because I, had a job if you ever visit Canton, New York, go to Josie's Little Pizzeria. It's the greatest place in the whole entire world. Best pizza you will ever have. But I spent my money on beer.
Same.
And gas.
I was a lifeguard. I also worked at Victoria's Secret at one point. And, you get paid like $7.25 an hour. Or it might have been less than that back then for minimum wage or whatever it is. And, I think I got paid more as a lifeguard. I think I got paid like $10 an hour or more than that when I was a head lifeguard. But, that's all illegally bought beer. And we didn't go to anything. We bought beer, and then maybe we would go to like after school. Me and my friend Jody. Sorry, Jody, if your parents are listening. We would. Well, it's my parents. We would steal the cars, and we would go to Burger King and get chicken fries. When they remember the chicken fries? Yeah. I don't know if they still have them.
I think they bring it back every now and again
with their ranch dip. It was so good. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. The next one is how to be a guy magnet, which I thought this was funny because, everybody's always focused on women being more desirable for men.
They would still probably have that same thing in a magazine.
Totally
I'm going to look it up. How?
I think it may not say how to be a guy magnet now or whatever, but it would be something about.
It would be this YouTube video that I just found called "How to Be a Man Magnet."
Oh shit!
And it was, I don't know when it was posted, but if I click on it, I'm afraid it's going to start playing. So.
Yeah, it probably will.
Yeah. But there is literally, here's one, Glamour,
God,
dating advice,
so
how to be a
annoying.
man magnet.
Yeah.
From 2011, though.
Oh, well, still, I think that will probably never go away because that is something that caters to women, and that's what, those magazines are catered to.
Which I think is ridiculous.
100%. Why don't we have how to be a chick magnet for dudes? They're not putting that in GQ magazine or any of that shit. And I don't know if they had any teen magazines for dudes.
Well,
but why don't we talk about how to be a good dude? Like get a job, have a car, have a place to live, like know how to do your own taxes. Right. So why don't we explain these things to men so we can stop bitching about them? Which I'm not bitching about Brandon.
Well, they want to explain it to us because they want us to do the work, honey. Duh. And we do it because we believe they're stupid crap.
We do.
It's so bad. Okay, so I also, speaking of the man magazine stuff, I watched Secrets of Playboy. Have you watched it yet on Netflix? Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I don't remember. I watched one on Hulu. But I don't remember if I watched one on Netflix.
Maybe it was on Hulu. I can't remember which one it was on.
It was a docuseries.
Yeah, it was like it was like all the things, and it had like all the old girlfriends. It had like Holly. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that is the craziest thing.
I know.
And it's basically Oh my gosh, I can't with that. We will get into that later, at a later date. But yeah, men.
No, I would love to talk about that.
Yeah.
I actually told my parents this the other night, and I can't remember why. Oh, I know we were talking about it because my sister was just in Chicago, and a place that they went or whatever had, and I don't even know if it still exists, but the Playboy Club. And so we were talking about that, and I remember the night that Hugh Hefner died, because I was laying in the bed and something told me, like I was laying there and I was like, Hugh Hefner's dead. And like 30 minutes later, I got an E-News notification.
That's weird.
I know. And I've never done that before. I've never done it since. Don't remember if I don't think I've ever done it before. It was the weirdest thing.
Were you listening to some was some radio or something on? Because
No.
let me tell you what happened to me this morning.
What?
This morning, Howard Stern, I actually don't even know if this was like actually today that happened, but Kelly Clarkson was on Howard Stern this morning, and I'm listening to it, but I'm like half asleep. Okay. And I was having dreams that I was hanging out with Kelly Clarkson, and then somehow, this is so weird. Because I chipped my tooth over the weekend.
No.
Oh my God, I haven't told you about that. Okay, I'll tell you that soon. I chipped my tooth on a ring pop. Okay. So while I was asleep, I was having this dream that I was hanging out with Kelly Clarkson, and I was chewing gum, and the gum it was getting stuck to all of my teeth. And when I was trying to pull the gum out of my teeth, the teeth were coming out with it. It was the crazy.
Have you Googled what losing your teeth in dreams
Yeah,
means?
of course. Yeah, it's like really bad. That's
Yeah.
obviously I am stressed out. Okay. Duh. And it was like me pulling it out. So it's like not stress from someone else. It's like me giving myself my own stress, apparently. I don't know. It's really bad. So, but also Kelly Clarkson was there and I was okay with it. Oh, and she had some oh my God, it was hilarious. In this dream, she had these shoes and she was like showing us her shoes. I don't know who I was with. And it was like a size 15. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, you're a size 15 shoe? And she was like just real chill. Like, yeah, girl. Like, yeah. I was like, dang, she's 5'2" or something.
Yeah. Do you want to know what a size 15 in women's would be? And they'd be like a size 18 in men.
It was the weirdest dream. I have weird dreams, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God.
But it's because she was talking to Howard Stern in the background, and that's why she was
No,
in my
there was
dream.
nothing playing that night. I don't know why. It was the only time that's ever happened to me
That's
that I
weird.
recall, and it was creepy when it happened. But all right, moving along. The next one I saw was bathing suits that fit and flatter all figures, and then in parentheses, honest with an exclamation point. The fact that they had to include the honest means it probably doesn't apply to all.
Well, and of course, back then they didn't have the TA3 or any of these good
God,
ones that were
no.
inclusive of
No, but
size.
they also didn't put a quote unquote plus size woman in one of those magazines is probably a size 8.
I don't think it probably is 4.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. That there is no way that Ashley Graham is showing up in one of those magazines in the 90s.
Oh my gosh, we should look to see if there were any and what size they were.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's wild.
I would like to know that.
Yep.
All right.
They all looked like they came from the Holocaust or something. I mean, that's terrible, but it legit
Yeah, very, very skinny. So then I've got 2 quizzes that I want to save for last, but then I saw one that had, you're obsessed, he's oblivious, how to get over him. And on the same cover, it said, quiz, is he crushing back? I'm like, what the hell? You're like, how to get over him, but is he crushing back in the same cover?
Well, because you have to have a man at all times.
I know.
Or you are not
just
fulfilled.
cannot function. No.
You have to have children. You have to have a man.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have a job, or you're not fulfilled. Yeah.
It just made me laugh because I was trying to read all the different, topics that they had because I knew I couldn't get to the articles. And when I saw both of those, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. They're going to tell you don't need him, but then is he crushing on you at the same time?
So I don't know. Okay, so you're obsessed and he's oblivious. Okay, so he's oblivious to you being obsessed with him.
Yeah. I would assume that's one of those situations where you have a best guy friend or whatever, and you're obsessed with him and he just totally doesn't know, so you have to teach yourself how to get over him instead of telling him your real feelings.
You should probably not tell him your real feelings if you still want to be friends with him because, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's fair. Unless you know it's somebody that you're good enough friends with to where you can say it. If it's not reciprocated, then you have to be prepared to move on and like act normal again.
Right. Right.
Which is, I think, the hardest part.
Right.
All right. So the last two are quizzes. 75 reasons why life without a boyfriend rules. Except there's also a quiz for decide if it's a fling or the real thing.
So that's really interesting that they have that 75 reasons why life without a boyfriend rules. Do you have that? I want to look
no,
that up.
I couldn't get to it.
Because that I want to know what those reasons are.
Yeah,
because that's interesting in the 90s because you would think that they would be saying
let me see
like
if I can find the cover.
You have to have a boyfriend.
All right, this was 17 Magazine, February 1998. The 75 reasons why life without a boyfriend rules. And on the cover of it was, she's my least favorite actress of all time.
Who is it?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just got mad at her because she married Freddie Prinze Jr. and I had the biggest crush on him.
So I liked her in, what was she in?
Buffy.
Yeah, wasn't a big, huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But wasn't
it a movie
she
or
in
a show?
It was movies. It was like
Cruel Intentions.
Well, I liked Cruel Intentions, but wasn't she in like one of those scary movies like I Know What You Did Last Summer or something?
It wasn't I Know What You Did Last Summer. That was Jennifer Love Hewitt.
It was. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer too. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was in Scream 2.
Okay. Fair.
And apparently, this is what Google says.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in a lot of those movies back then. She was in Scooby-Doo. Remember that? That was in 2002.
I feel like my favorite actresses from that time were like Alicia Silverstone, Drew Barrymore.
I did love her.
Not a huge Natalie Portman fan.
Oh, I love Natalie Portman.
I wasn't back then. I like her now.
Well, somebody told. So this was a long time ago when these were the days when I was like starving myself, and I also had short hair. I worked at this restaurant. I worked at Zoe's Kitchen, and somebody came into the restaurant and told me that he was like, "How many people tell you that you look like just like Natalie Portman?" And I was like, "This is the best day of my life."
Was that right up there with you? You have nice eyebrows compliment?
That was better than the nice eyebrows. I was like, and I like the whole day I was like cheesing, and I told this guy that worked with me, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy just told me I look like Natalie Portman. Do I look like Natalie Portman?" And I was like obsessed with it. And he was like, "I mean, kind of, I guess." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't." I might have back then because I was a lot like skinnier looking, and my face might have like more like.
Definition.
She's tiny, yeah, more definition.
Cheekbones.
And I think I have
without smiling.
I have a mole, and she has a mole, right? Doesn't she?
I don't know, but I have a mole too.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have a mole, or she got it removed. I thought she did. Yeah.
All right, the last one I have is a little bit of a soapbox, kind of. Not gonna be a long one, but there was a quiz on here that said, "Are you a good flirt?" And my note was, "Why were we teaching teenagers how to flirt when sex education was shit in the 90s?"
Was it bad in the 90s?
I mean, do you remember what your sex ed was like when you were in high school? And that was in the early 2000s.
Well, so I was a cheerleader, and my cheerleading coach was our health teacher. So I never literally went to health class.
Okay.
I was like out doing other things.
That is my point entirely. You didn't even show up to a health class to have a conversation about P's and V's, penises and vaginas. But we want to teach people how to flirt. Why are you giving me a blank stare?
I'm just thinking about it because...
Do you know what I mean?
No, because it's a magazine, not a school.
No, yes, I understand what you're saying.
But did you find any that said like, that had like sex education?
No, I did not find the word sex on any of the magazine covers.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Did you find any like abstinence things? No. Interesting. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean,
do they have them now though? Is there even a teen magazine now?
I don't know. I can't remember. There was like Teen Vogue though. I know that.
Teen Vogue. Yeah.
I don't know. It was comical to me though to know like, okay, we're sending these girls out into the world, teaching them how to flirt, quote unquote. But nobody was really educating folks back then that much anyways, unless it was individual parents. I mean, you had to have a permission slip to even have sex ed. Like, it's crazy.
Wait, what? You had to have a permission slip?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. They did that in New York? They made you have a permission slip? You'd think that they would make you have to do that in Alabama, but I guess it's because there's too many teen pregnancies down here.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we got sex ed in 5th grade, and then again, at some point through your high school career, you had to take health class. And so I think I took it as a sophomore.
You got sex ed in 5th grade?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean,
I
that
don't
was
remember.
a whole sitting us in front of the TV with a old school cartoon type movie, like animated movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
I don't remember any of that. I think we probably had it, and I got to skip class a lot. I was
5th
like,
grade?
well, yeah, like in every grade. I was like the teacher's pet kind of person, and they would have me running errands.
Of course you fucking were.
Or like when I was
She's writing a list down of shit to do from her teacher in 3rd grade. That's how she got started with her.
This is why I'm so
career.
dumb nowadays, because I missed all of my high school education because I was running errands.
With a master's degree. Shut the hell up. Good God.
I did get like pulled because I was really good. Like I never did anything bad. And I was like, if they told me to go run an errand, I went and did it and I came back. And I wasn't like gonna like veer off.
I mean, I didn't push my teacher's buttons in high school.
Yeah.
Definitely not. They liked me and I was good and I got good grades and I was an athlete. And so I just kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah, the only thing bad that I did that one time was when I think it was a senior, might have been a junior, when I got in school. I think we talked about this, in school suspension for being late. But it was not my fault. It was my mom's fault for dropping me off.
This.
I thought we did.
No.
Oh, we didn't talk about it because we were afraid that my mom would be mad. Okay, well, we won't talk about it. But like, anyway, so I got in school suspension, and then like so in order to go, like, and it wasn't, I didn't do anything bad. It was just like, I was like, you have so many tardies you can have through your whole high school career. And if you meet those, you have to go. And I'm like, why did I have to go when I couldn't even drive? It wasn't my fault. Like, so I had to go to in school suspension, which is like the worst thing ever, and especially me,
well,
like
you're
a good kid.
In a room all day,
and you
miss out on your classes.
You don't even get to go to lunch.
Yeah. Oh.
No, they bring you your lunch, and if you don't bring money, if you don't bring your lunch, you can't go to the. It's like they make you eat the nasty food. You don't get to pick what you get to eat.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like prison. And so it literally is. And so before, look. And you're in there with all the bad kids, and they're all trying to do crazy stuff. And
so
I'm like, I have no friends in there because
you're the goody who like committed a white collar crime in prison with these
and
like,
I'm getting
criminals that are
up
murderers.
the booty, basically. Yeah, they're like, oh, look at you, pretty girl. Oh, you look pretty. Oh yeah. God. And I'm like,
what are you in for?
Right. And I'm like,
late to school.
Yeah. And so you have to go around before you go, and you have to get all your teachers to sign the slip that says you got in school suspension or ISS or whatever. So I go around and I'm like so embarrassed, number one. And I get my Coach Smith. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is, but God bless you, Coach Smith. This will never leave my brain my entire life. He announced to the entire classroom of all of my friends in AP economics. He's like, oh, no, it wasn't Coach Smith. It was Coach, Mr. Winton. It's Coach Winton. He's like, oh, Cramps is going to the big house. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm standing up there, and I morphed into the floor. I was like, this is the
your friends know that you're at school and they know you got ISS.
Yes.
And so then you just have to like be embarrassed because they're like, where's Emily? And they're like, oh yeah, she's in ISS today.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. It was the worst. I was so embarrassed.
How many times did that happen?
Once. That was the only time.
Oh,
yeah. One time.
Oh.
And it was because of previous years tardies.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I am just laughing because you made it seem for 1 second that it was like a recurrence.
No, it only happened once. He's like, Krebs is going to the big house. And it was just like very embarrassing. Oh my God. I'll never forget that. I was so embarrassed, and everybody's like, what? And
she spent 1 day at ISS and she thinks she'd make it in prison.
I would
now.
never do anything bad. And that was the one that I got white collar crime, and have to go to free. Oh, and one time my phone this happened one time. I forgot to turn my cell phone off, and we were not allowed to have cell phones at all. And I forgot to turn it off, and it went off in my phone, in my thing, and they took it to the principal's office, and they kept my phone for like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then my parents had to go up there, and I was like, you don't even pay for this. Like,
Yeah.
We pay for the bill, and like, you can't keep somebody's property.
I mean,
that's messed up.
I remember Melanie at one point getting like a shoe rack for the back of her door, and she would make the kids put their cell phones in there when they came into the classroom or whatever. And this was after COVID, because they were just badass children after that. Like,
are they allowed to have
bad.
their phones?
Well, no. I mean, they're not supposed to, but all of them got their phones, and then they all try to get on the, Wi-Fi, and then they can't do anything for class. And also they're just, fucking around on their phones or whatever. And she started making them put them in the little shoe rack. I thought it was a great idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
I would probably be like, I lost my phone, or I didn't bring it today. My mom doesn't let me have one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that
was a non-issue for me, because I did not have a phone in high school.
We were not allowed to have phones, but like, I think it was a day that I had to go to like cheerleading, and somebody else was picking me up, and we were going out of town for like a football game or something, and so we were either riding the bus or like. And I was not going home, and my parents weren't going to be there, and I was getting a ride back, something like that. So that's why I had my phone in my. Well, I probably had my phone in my backpack the whole time, or I left it in the car. But I had it in there, and I forgot to turn it off. And I'm pretty sure it was my mom that called me too.
Freaking
saucy.
Like,
seriously. And then my parents were just like, of course they don't really care because it's not their phone, But this was back in the day, and that was when I had a Nokia. When we had to play Snake on it, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so messed up.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So it was. I'm trying to think of anything else. Did you do anything bad in high school that like you got in trouble for in high school, not like outside of school?
No.
No.
I mean, I did. I guess.
No, I'm like, oh, you sure?
No, I did get in trouble one time, and it was guilt by association. I was at a party, and a kid that had graduated the year before ended up dying in a car accident. And so the whole party situation got like really
Wait, but this
up.
was outside of school, not with school.
I got in trouble with athletics for being at the party. I was suspended for 20% of my basketball games.
You're not allowed to go to a party if you're an athlete?
Because there was drinking there.
That's weird.
We couldn't even show up where there was alcohol.
Interesting.
I had to sit out for 2 basketball games.
Nobody told us that. And if we had, nobody would have been able to play.
Oh, I know.
Any sports.
It was a wild situation.
There would have been like 2 cheerleaders. And I know who they are. It would have been Morgan. Well, maybe not. I was going to say Morgan. And
why are you giving full government names? Damn.
She doesn't go by that name anymore. She got married.
These people all the way under the bus.
I'm just saying that she would be the one that wouldn't be the one drinking.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
She would be the only cheerleader left. She was the head cheerleader at one point. So her and like maybe Jana, which was our cheerleading coach's daughter.
Yeah. No, I never got in trouble in school. Mm-mm. I never went to ISS, not one time. I've never had detention.
I don't know if I ever got detention. Oh, I probably got detention before I went to ISS because of the tardies. I think I did have to do that.
No, I didn't ever have detention.
Yeah.
But I also like rode the bus until I got a car. But it wasn't that bad because like I was an athlete, so I stayed after school for practice most of the time anyway, so I just had to ride the bus there, and we were the very last stop. For the bus. So like there were kids that had been on there for, 20, 30 minutes or whatever. And we were the last one. We went straight to school after they picked us up.
Oh, so you rode the bus to school?
Until I got a car.
We don't have buses in Decatur, Alabama.
Oh.
My mom had to drive us to school, and that's why I was always late.
Well, we have kids that lived like out in the country and stuff, so they had to pick kids up.
Well, I lived pretty much out in the country, like 20 minutes away, 15 if you're doing good. And look, I did my makeup in the car. I only had one side mirror because the other side mirror the side mirror did not come with the car. It wasn't knocked off. It legit, like back in the day, it was a 1992 Honda Civic, and it does not have
to see anything.
You look out listen, I know how I can drive real good, girl. I have driven some jankety jank cars that break down every 5 seconds. I know how to rig it up to where look, I could like having a car that works is like a very big luxury. That's why I need a driver. because I've been having to deal with these problems my entire life.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
You're a nut.
I know. But you know what? Life lessons. And that's what my mom said. It gives you character.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'd be like, yeah, we're okay.
Well, we both have a lot of character then. When I first moved back to Birmingham, it was in January of 2008. And I didn't have my car here. So my car stayed in New York. My sister drove it for the next year.
What kind of car was it?
In New York, it was a Grand Am. I don't even know what year it was.
Was it old or was it like a new one?
It was not new. No.
I don't even know what a Grand Am is.
It was a navy blue Grand Am, and I had manual, roll down windows or whatever. So like if I pulled up next to somebody,
Grand Am.
Yeah, if I pulled up next to somebody
fancy.
at a light or whatever, and they would be like, roll your window down, I'd have to be like.
But that's how all of them were, weren't
No,
they?
I couldn't get over there to unroll it.
Oh, me too. I had to do it too.
No, I'm saying I couldn't, so I had to just tell them like.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I would reach over and do it.
Well, I couldn't reach over. I don't know, it was too wide or some shit. I couldn't do it. But when I moved back here, I downgraded because I drove my stepmom's. This was in 2008. I drove my stepmom's 1991 Honda Accord. It had a sunroof, but the radio didn't work, the air conditioning didn't work, and it had automatic seatbelts. We called it the POS.
Wait, the ones that come from the door?
Yes.
Oh, those were the best. You don't even have to buckle up.
No.
It's like you start the car and it's like,
yeah. We called it the POS Honda.
Do they still make those?
I don't. Well,
like with the seatbelts?
I don't
or
think
any cars?
so. I don't think so. But it was hysterical because one time.
I love that. Those are awesome.
So I was like sweating my ass off, just waiting for Jerry to be done with school or whatever, so my car could come down here, and it was crazy. And one time we went, me and Jessica and our friend Tanner and our friend Sarah, and I can't remember who the other person was, but I was like, I'm not rolling up to Zydeco underage in this POS Honda. So I made Sarah drive it. And we got in there, and it was still when you could smoke inside Zydeco, and we washed our X's off, and we got lit that night.
Washed our X's
we
off.
did.
That's so funny.
We got so lit, and it was hysterical. I was house sitting for this lady that I used to house sit for. She'd go out of the country all the time, and I would go house sit. So it was like I had my own little place there or whatever. And when we got home, our friend Tanner threw up all in the bushes that night.
Oh my God. So you
ridiculous.
mentioned the crank windows.
Yeah.
Well, at one point my mom bought this, I refused to drive it. I did not want to drive it. This way worse POS Volkswagen Golf. Okay. And it had a sunroof, but you had to crank it.
No.
So it was like, rah, rah, rah.
Man.
It was so we didn't have it for very long, and she loved it. She was like trying to, and I was like, oh my God, oh man.
No,
Mom.
so a family friend ended up buying that Honda after we got rid of it, and they actually got the air working in it for a while. I think Connie sold it for $1,000, and it was probably 20 years old at that point.
Yeah, so my Honda that I had, the 1992, they ended up, because my mom and dad drove it. They bought it when I think it was new. And then when we moved from Virginia to Alabama, we bought that car in 1992, because it was 1992 when we moved. And it was so ugly. They bought it. My mom and dad drove it. Then Eric drove it. And then I drove it. Daniel didn't have to drive it, fortunately. And unfortunately at the same time. Like, why didn't you have to drive it? Screw you. He got a Lexus. Like,
oh,
I know, with like a CD disc changer and all this stuff. Yeah.
More than one? Like 5 discs?
Yeah, the 5, and you had to open. Do you know? We talked about you have to open the console. Yeah. So
you got to get prepped before you're on a road trip.
Yeah. So we had so somebody, I guess it kept breaking down, and finally my parents were like, okay, it's done. So one of my friend's sisters was friends with a bunch of guys that were big into Hondas and racing
Pimped
Hondas.
out Hondas.
Yeah.
Pimp My Ride. Remember that show?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I wanted my car to be pimped so bad back then. Oh, I was like, can we get my car to be pimped pink and stuff? And they bought it and they redid it. And then I think that when they bought it, there was like a picture of me or somebody in the back in the trunk that they found, and they brought it over, and that's how they knew it was mine, or because they brought it over to my friend's sister or my friend's house, and they were like, "Oh yeah, there's a picture of the girl that used to own this car in the back or something like that," and they were like, "Oh my God, that's Crampsy," or whatever. Yeah, so
That's funny.
Well, it was good talking to you guys today.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. We'll catch back up with you again soon, as usual, per the reg.
Yep, y'all can find us on Instagram at ThickAF Podcast. Send us an email if you'd like, thickafpodcast@gmail.com.
Also, we're on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And so you need to subscribe to us on YouTube, our YouTube channel. I'm still working on downloading most of it takes a minute to get all the episodes. Anyways, just find us on YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe. There's no, we won't have any videos yet. It's just, if you want to listen to it on there. But
yeah, we're working on the video part. But
check us out.
Yep. Thanks, y'all. See you next time. Bye.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have to go.
I don't know why it's